core values and housekeeping rules. The mission of Toastmaster is to provide a positive and supportive learning environment to its members to develop their communication and leadership skills. And our Toastmaster stands strong on 4 shining core values: integrity in every word, respect for every voice, excellence in every effort, and service to uplift one another. And the housekeeping rules. As Toastmaster, we avoid discussing topics like sex, politics, and religion. And please refrain from speaking if someone is here delivering their speech or explaining any rule. And please, online friends, if you have, please add DM TM guest before your name and your role next to it. And please keep your cameras on while you are speaking, and please keep your mic off while you are not speaking. And please keep your mobile phones on silent mode. And if you have any technical problem, please feel free to contact our tech master or host of the meeting. And please clap wholeheartedly after every performance, because appreciation is Toastmasters culture. And handshake is a must here before coming on and off the stage, because in that way, we transfer our positive energy from one speaker to the next speaker. And now it is time to welcome our presiding officer. She is joining online today. She is a perfect example of how humility and friendship go hand in hand. And she is beautifully balances her profession and passion. She works by day as a medical content manager, and by evening, she turns into a passionate research scholar. And she is Triple Crown Award recipient here in Toastmaster. And please welcome Toastmaster Dr. Sangeeta. She is joining online. Huge honor. Sangeeta, the stage is yours. Thank you.
Thank you, Sergeant at Arms. Am I visible to everyone and I'm audible as well? Okay, for online members, yes, and for offline. Okay. First, let me start with apologizing because I really wanted to come and I'm so tempted to go there. I have already teleported my mind, but alas, sometimes there are priorities that sets in, and today it's my job, my work that is on my priority list. But thank you everyone for joining online and coming in person. And today we have a speechathon because we really want more participants to join for the international speech contest. And for that, I believe we all complement each other. The compliment with COMPLE, not I. At the same time, we all give so much of compliments to each other that it really boosts such sessions. And today I would want to start with giving compliments. And let's have this, let's have 60 seconds and compliment each other on what we really value on each other. So let's start. I'll be the timer for this. And in person, you all can, go to each other and start complimenting what you like about them. And let's boost their energy because we have a lot of speakers coming on stage. And for online speakers, yes, you can just call out the names. And I have started the timer. So the 60 seconds starts now. I want to thank Yuvraj. I want to thank Deepak. I want to thank Namra, Tushit, Anmol, Laksh, Ashima, everyone who has supported in a lot of ways. And you all can please participate in it as well. I can see in person, people are just sitting. You can just go around and, have a nice time telling or giving compliments to people.
People are actually complimenting each other before we started.
Online members are very quiet. Online members don't have to compliment, I guess.
Yes.
Let's start with our mitochondria. Yuvraj.
So I want to give compliment to all the online members who are very supportive towards me and have a positive support. Toastmaster Namra, always active in the meeting. Toastmaster Deepak, who don't always beat around the bush. Toastmaster Sangeeta, always come on time, maintain the consistency in the meeting. And having a president like Toastmaster Sangeeta, we are able to achieve our 12 DCP goals in 1 year, and the Invictus is at peak, not because of only one member, but it's the fraternity amongst the members to achieve the Toastmaster goals. Toastmaster Lux, he has the potential and he's improving day by day. The energy which I can feel in him, and he will be a potential speaker in upcoming our speech contest, in next speech contest in 2027 if he participates. Toastmaster Ashma was also doing very well, improving day by day of the first mode, and she won the award. That's the her efforts, her hard work. Toastmaster Tushar is also improving. So he always come online, and when I do this house masters meeting, he's active. He, we always assist him. So thank you to all the members who are always supportive and try to maintain this consistency with us. Because to sum up, I would like to say that the magic we are looking for is in the opportunities or the work we are avoiding. So remember, one thing in life is that winning and losing doesn't matter. We grow, step outside from the comfort zone. That matters. Thank you.
Thank you, Yuvraj. And thank you, everyone, for supporting this. And
I would like to
yes,
thank Toastmaster Laksh. He created a video and shared with me earlier this week, which I shared on our social media handles, thanking Toastmaster Shraddha. So it shows the value that mentorship makes brings to a member's journey in Toastmaster. So thank you, Toastmaster Laksh, for creating that feeling of gratitude. And yeah, I would resonate with it, and I would encourage all the members who want to encourage other members to keep up the mentorship or the supportive to share videos with me, because we do that every week. Okay, so that's me. Thank you.
thank you, Toastmaster Deepak. And I can see a lot of books behind you, which is distracting me. And I really want to read all the titles that are written. But yeah, after meeting, I will connect with you only just to know that all the titles that you have behind you. Anyway, thank you, everyone. And as we all support each other, I also have a video to show that our Toastmaster Aman has shared. This is a project that he would be conducting for his level. And let me share it with you. Just a second. So the project is like level 5, and he has to share moments of truth. Okay, I wish you all, I think so you all can see, right?
Hello, everyone. I hope you all are doing fine and you're excited for the upcoming festive season that we have around the corner. And also, you're preparing well for your international speech contest. I want to share with you all that soon we'll be having Moment of Truth to be conducted in our club. And I am happy to share that I'll be moderating it. I have taken this responsibility as part of one of the project that I have on level 4. For that, I would be needing a team. I'll need to do a proper planning. So this is more like an announcement that what we are going to have. I assume majority of you have gone through the document that I have shared on the WhatsApp group for the Moment of Truth, in which all the 6 major areas are mentioned. I'll just quickly read them out. First one being the first impression, second, program planning and meeting organization, third, membership orientation, fourth, membership strength, fifth, fellowship variety and communication, last but not the least, sixth one, achievement recognition. So during Moment of Truth, we'll be discussing around these things. I'll be needing the support of each and every member to make this a success. And also, I'll be needing few volunteers. I'll be needing a timer who can make sure that we start the meeting on time and end on time. We are expecting to conclude this in 45 to 60 minutes. And I'll also be needing a member who can jot down all the points, important points that we discuss, so we can take them further and make them actionable. And thirdly, I think I'll be needing one more tech master who can help me with creating breakout rooms, because I'm planning to conduct this online so that majority of the members are able to participate it without hassle. So we'll be dividing into 3 or 6 groups depending on the number of people we have. I would really encourage all of you to participate in this, give an honest feedback so that we can grow as a club, and the executive committee can take those things into consideration and work upon. This is a feedback for the entire club, and we can grow all together. And the purpose is simple. It is not to criticize or to fault find in others. It's just to give and honest feedback so that all the members can work on themselves and make this club even better. Thank you.
I hope everyone. Okay, Deepak, you have raised your hands.
Yeah, we are overrunning time allotted.
Yeah, yeah, but this was also a part that he suggested. Uh, where is it? Yeah, Risal, could you help me with the guests as well? Because I am unable to see anyone in person. Toastmaster Risal, could you hear me? Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, Toastmaster Risal, could you come on stage and
Looks like their screen is frozen.
yeah.
Should someone give a call? Okay, they disconnected.
I think so. There must be a power outage there because both the computers got disconnected. Yes, it's a power outage.
So this will happen more often going forward, given we are expecting summers. How do we mitigate this? Like, how do we handle this? Because if we are,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking because, from in fact, my dad came to Delhi and we are seeing so much of power outage. It was not the case at all till last year as well. And now the power outage is too much, and we have to have um, an alternative. We could actually go with our, because the connection is very good,
Mhm.
so we can connect with our hotspot as well, provided many people are tech advanced. But I am very distracted, Toastmaster Deepak, and please do not blur the image.
Okay. So if the power doesn't come for half an hour, would we wait for half an hour? What is the
That's what
strategy?
I'm asking them, if anyone has a hotspot they can connect.
Okay, cool.
Or else we can ask them to, for example, if the first speaker is Rajendra, she can make a video and then send to Anmol. We can do like that, but then that would be very difficult. We can do one thing. The primary computer can be connected to hotspot, regardless of whether there is an electricity or not.
Yeah, that would be, I think, good idea. One computer with hotspot.
Yeah.
Maybe for next meeting.
Hmm. Or we can start with Johnny and Tanishq, because both the speakers are here only,
But then, okay, cool.
right? Or someone, you are the timer, right? And who is the hour counter? Okay, Shireen is the hour counter. I can take
But
temporary.
then,
Okay, just give me a 1 minute. Let me start. Okay,
yeah,
just a
but
moment.
the general evaluator roles, explanation and all as per
Yeah,
the.
that's what. Shall we wait for 5 more minutes?
Can someone call uh, to understand what is the situation there, or is it?
Yeah, they're trying. They'll join within 2 to 3 minutes.
So, shall we start or we will continue as the sequence suggested?
We can wait for 2 to 3 minutes.
Okay.
And if still they are unable to connect, then we can start at least. Yeah, they are joining. Bhavani, you could exit the audio of your laptop.
Is it fine, Sangeeta?
Yes. Bhavani, just leave the computer audio.
Done.
Yeah? Okay.
Absolutely.
Sure. Thank you. Toastmaster Risal, I was just asking if there are any new members or guests. Could you introduce them? Just take
Yes,
the stage.
we have two guests.
Okay,
Guest
then
colors.
yeah, please go ahead and help them. Like you can be on.
Yes, you already introduced. Unfortunately, due to the power cut, we could not
Okay,
hear.
okay. Cool, cool, cool. Then we can just start, right? Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Risal. Thank you, everyone, for the patience. And now we all were impatient. Therefore, we have to start. We have to call our mitochondria of our club. That's Toastmaster Yuvraj. He is the powerhouse of our club. So let's welcome Toastmaster Yuvraj.
Fraternity amongst the members helps to achieve Toastmaster goals. So, I, Toastmaster Yuvraj, will be the host of today's meeting. So, there will be speech marathon as there will be no Timode and TTM. It's different from our regular meeting session. So, there will be only prepared speeches, 7 prepared speeches. It happens only once in a month. The Toastmasters is generally divided into 3 parts: prepared speeches, evaluations, and table topics. But I've already mentioned there is a speech marathon. So I would like to hand over the stage to the general evaluator of today's meeting, that is Toastmaster Namra.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and dear guest. My name is Toastmaster Namra, and today's I'm playing the role as a journal evaluator. I want to start today with a powerful thought from the 2025 World Champion of Public Speaking, Sabyasachi Sen Gupta. He said, "Your fear is not the wall. It is compass. It is simply pointing you towards the person you're supposed to become." As your general evaluator, today my job is to look at how we handle that compass. I'm here to evaluate how our speaker faced their walls, how our evaluators provided guidance, and how this entire meeting helped us move towards those better version of ourselves. For smooth meeting, I have my tech team who is going to help me track of the meeting health. Timer, our counter, grammarian, and listener. First, may I call upon the timer to explain their role and responsibilities. Toastmaster Deepak.
Thank you, Toastmaster Namra. So time is of essence. Time and tide wait for no one. And today we have myself as the timer. I would be working on looking at the time as per the agenda. So I have the agenda in front of me, and you can see on the screen there is along with my small pic there is a background that I have used that says timer. Uh, it would change colors like this: green, yellow, and red. And this would change for each prepared speeches. We will have five. So I assume all the prepared speeches are for 5 to 7 minutes as per the agenda. I can see that. So at 5 minutes, I will show the green card. At 6 minutes, I will show the yellow card. And at 7 minutes, I will show the red card for prepared speeches. And there would be a 30 seconds of grace period. Now, when we have the table topics, the green card would be shown as no, we don't have table topics today. So we will have evaluations. So in the evaluations, we will have 2 minutes. I will show the green card at 2 minutes, then 2 minutes 30 seconds yellow card, and 3 minutes red card. So and for all the other speakers, I have the uh, agenda mentioning the maximum time you can speak. So I will adjust my green card and yellow card accordingly. But then when you are supposed to stop speaking, I will show the red card. And in case you don't stop speaking for long, I will show this red panda. Okay, cool. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster Namra.
Thank you. Wow, amazing Toastmaster Deepak. Thank you so much for showing us the red card, green card, yellow card, and red card. Now I want to call the grammarian for today's meeting. The grammarian is Toastmaster Rajendra. Toastmaster Rajendra, I want you to come on the stage and tell us the role and responsibilities.
Good morning, Toastmasters and guests. Today I've taken the role of grammarian. As a grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers, listening carefully to their language usage. I'll take note of any improper language as well as any outstanding words, quotes, saying, or thoughts. As grammarian, it is also my duty to introduce the word of the day. And the word of the day is cogency. Cogency means the quality of being clear, logical, and convincing. And the examples of cogency are the cogency of an evaluation determines how much a speaker can truly grow. Our table topic response shines when it balances spontaneity with cogency. Great orators don't rely on volume, they rely on cogency of their message. Each speaker is encouraged to use the word of the day. I will give my grammarian report when called upon during the meeting and also report the usage of the word of the day. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rajendra, for telling us the role as a grammarian. Now I want to call the our counter for today's meeting, Toastmaster Shireen.
Hello, everyone. Hello, online friends. Thank you, General Evaluator. So, I'm here as a counter today, and my role is to listen carefully every speaker, all speaker and role players, and note down filler words and filler sound, such as and like, so, basically, and all their cousins. So, these fillers are seem very small, but they reduce the cogency of our speech. And please consider me today as our verbal fitness trainer today. You speak and I count. You pause and I smile, but you say and I will become very happy because my report will become stronger. So today we are having Speechathon. 7 wonderful speaker means 7 brilliant evaluators. So today I will be here listening carefully. Please replace your hesitation with powerful pauses and replace your fillers with confidence. I will be back with my report towards end of the meeting. Thank you for listening. Thank you, online friends. Over to you, General Officer.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shireen, for the wonderful introduction of your role. Now I want to call the listener for today's meeting, Toastmaster Ajay. Is Toastmaster Ajay present offline? Off-
Thank you, Toastmaster Namra. Okay, hi everyone, how are you? I hope you're feeling great. I have a question. How did we learn Hindi? Any idea?
By
listening. By listening,
Yeah.
isn't it? So, by listening, we learned a language. Do you think listening was the first step of our life? That's how we grew up. That's what I am gonna do today. I am gonna play as a listener today. So I'm going to listen all the good phrases, good vocabs, or at the end I will be sharing my report. Thank you.
Thank, thank you so much, Toastmaster Ajay, for telling about your role. I want to thank to all my role players. I will return at the end of the meeting and give my full report. Back to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Namra, for calling the Oxford players to explain their roles. Now, it's time for a speech marathon. Now, our first prepared speaker is Toastmaster Rajinder. But before calling Toastmaster Rajinder, I would like to call the speech evaluator of the first target speaker is Toastmaster Anmol.
Thanks, Yuvraj. Hello, everyone. Very good afternoon. So we have Toastmaster Rajinder, who would be the opener of our wonderful speechathon today. And she would be giving a speech as part of her level 2 project number 3 from the pathway motivational strategies. And the purpose of this project is for the member to clearly define how Toastmasters envisions mentoring and to share some aspect of previous experience as a protege. Please note that the duration of the speech is 5 to 7 minutes, and it has a title, The Mentors Who Shaped My Voice. I am very excited to hear what she has to say, considering she is the leader of the Eagles in our club. And I wish her all the very best. Back to you, Yuvraj.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anmol, for introducing your role as evaluator. Now, the first speaker, Toastmaster Rajinder. I would like to call Toastmaster Rajinder over the stage.
Thank you,
Toast,
Toastmaster Yuvraj.
Toastmaster Rajinder, the mentor who shaped my voice, the mentor who shaped my voice, Toastmaster Rajinder. The stage is over to you.
Good afternoon again. Evaluate to elevate. Almost a year ago, I attended this Toastmaster competition out of pure curiosity. I was searching for public speaking events when I found this one, and I got attracted to this because of its title. And I entered the auditorium with almost no one with me. And when you are all alone at an event, you have two choices: either to scroll through your phone, pretending to be busy, or be courageous enough to say hi. I chose option two. I scanned the auditorium and found a girl sitting alone. I took a leap of faith, went to her, sat down next to her, and asked the golden question: So, what exactly is happening here? She smiled and said, This is an evaluation competition. A speaker will give a speech, and different evaluators will come up on stage and evaluate that speech. And there are three judges sitting across the auditorium. They will give marks, and the cumulative score will decide the winner. And I was fascinated. Evaluation? This is something new to me. You are being judged on how well you judge someone else. Interesting. And I asked her whether she was a Toastmaster. She said yes. She was a part of Invictus Toastmasters Green Park. And I then I asked her, then I immediately felt the urge to join the Toastmaster. After that competition, we said goodbye and life moved on. I joined Nehru Place Toastmasters. For 4 months, I learned, spoke, grew. But something inside me needed a change. And Invictus Toastmasters was second closest to my house. Then I remembered the girl I met at the competition. She said she was from Invictus and we exchanged the number too. And then I texted her that I'm interested in joining the Invictus, and I did. And trust me, sometimes a single message can begin your growth journey. Since then, she has been my mentor on stage. Okay. So she has always encouraged me. She has been my supporter throughout. She encouraged me to take up roles. She pushed me to move forward. And when I did well, she appreciated. And when I did well, she appreciated. And when I lacked confidence, she nudged me to do better. And do you want to know who that person is?
Yes, of
Sangeeta. Toastmaster Sangeeta, yes. I see her as my mentor, not because she has signed for this role, but because I believe the mentorship is not assigned, it is earned through inspiration. I still remember when once I asked her that I feel really selfish, always ready to grab the roles. And she said, You must be selfish for your growth. That's how you learn. Then I realized that sometimes we confuse growth with greed. But the truth is, if we don't claim our space, someone else will. So I still remember that the small decision of sitting next to a stranger has changed my life. And now I believe that your network is your net worth. Another Toastmaster who shaped my voice in a totally different way is Toastmaster Deepak. When I joined Invictus, I noticed something about him that after every meeting, he would appreciate every role player. Not a generic praise, but a specific appreciation. And I wanted to learn this thing from him. That was something unique about him. Later, I joined as PR trainee under his guidance. And then I learned that he is so patient, calm, and always willing to help. And he taught me to create posts every week for Invictus to post on the social media. And I still remember when I showed him the first video I created for Invictus to post on the social media to get his approval, he immediately responded, "That's a wonderful work, Rajendra. Well done. Great job." And I was on cloud nine. First video, fantastic. Oh my God. See, I knew I have it in me. I can do it. But as soon as I said thank you, he gently pointed the improvement areas. No blur or duplicate photos, chronological orders. That's the beauty about his guidance. Whenever the video was not perfect, he would like to appreciate in details what went good, what was perfect, and then in a sentence or two, he would point to the improvement areas. From him, I learned and correction without encouragement breaks confidence. Encouragement before correction builds it. I learned from him the calmness. I learned from him the selflessness. I learned from him that true leaders don't create followers, they create more leaders. And now, when I reflect back on my Toastmasters journey, I learned that we don't grow alone. We grow because someone pushes us. We grow because someone believes in us. We grow because someone believes in our potential even before we do. And Toastmaster Sangeeta taught me to move forward boldly. Toastmaster Deepak taught me to lift others gently. One taught me the stage presence, other taught me the leadership presence. And they both taught me if you want to elevate yourself, be open to evaluation. And if you want to elevate others, lead with appreciation. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rajinder, for a speech. It was a nice speech. Now it's a request to the members to write the feedback in the guest group and request to the timer just to show red card when 1 minute is over. The time for feedback is only 1 minute.
1 minute is over, Yuvraj.
So it's the time for our next debate speaker. That is Toastmaster speaker number 2. That is Toastmaster Ritesh. Before calling Toastmaster Ritesh, I would like to call the speech evaluator. That is Toastmaster Risal.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Once again, good afternoon, online Toastmasters and guests. Toastmaster Ritesh is my target speaker, and he looked all well prepared. I'm excited to listen to him. And his pathway is persuasive influence. His level is level 2 and project 3. The purpose of and the objective of his project is to identify primary leadership styles or leadership styles in general. And the title of his speech is Corporate Chess. Isn't that very interesting? Already, chess is a game of mind, and on top of that, corporate is quite something to learn from. And since you are an experienced professional, we can't wait to hear from your experience and from your learnings. Timer, please note that the duration of his speech is 7 minutes. And all the very best to Toastmaster Ritesh.
Thank you.
Back to you, Toastmaster.
So now I would like to call the second prepared speaker, that is Toastmaster Ritesh.
I'll share my screen.
Where is it?
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Good.
It's the slide. You want to switch the slide, please? Display settings, switch slide.
Display.
There is a menu item second up from top left.
Okay.
Display settings. There is go to display setting. There is a button, right? Show taskbar, then display setting and slideshow.
Yeah. Display setting.
Swap.
Yep.
Now it's good. Thank you.
Toastmaster
Is it fine?
Ritesh. Corporate Chess Part 2, Winning Without Getting Checkmated. Corporate Chess Part 2, Winning without getting checkmated. Toastmaster Ritesh.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. How many of you remember my last presentation? Don't worry, I am not taking any test. But here are important messages. After my presentation, Toastmaster Deepak suggested me that, Ritesh, it would be good if you share your learning experience with your strategies, because these are the strategies which I learned from my experience. I said, okay. So this presentation is the suggestion of Toastmaster Deepak. Remember, my first strategy was perception. Perception is something you can use it in your corporate world, in your day-to-day life, in your relation, even in your personal life. Perception is how people look at you, what they feel about you, what they see you, and their perception about you. So when my experience started, when I joined my organization, I joined as a sales manager. Okay, so my HR manager said, okay, Ritesh, you look, sporty and you look like a party animal. So we'll give you a position of culture manager, or they say cultural secretary. I said, okay, what is the role and responsibility of cultural secretary? So Ritesh, just, you have to organize the parties, Holi, Diwali, Eid, Dashera. You have to organize picnics. I said, this is not what I meant for, but I got the responsibility apart from my sales managership. What happened is, I worked as a cultural secretary for 2 years. What happened is, people, thinking like I'm an event manager in the organization. And sometimes they say, today is my son's birthday. Where should I go for a party? I said, I'm the sales manager, not your event manager. So this is the importance of perception, how people feel. And now, how will you break that perception? It took me 2 years to come out from the shell of cultural secretary. I worked with the health minister, Dr. Harshvardhan. I work with various health programs. Sometimes I work with the ministers just to show that, I'm a salesperson, not your event person. So same happened with you in your organizations also. People think he's a hard worker. He's a smart worker. He doesn't work. He that works. So you always keep in mind that you have to be a smart worker in your organization. People see you as a smart worker. Another pillar of perception is your appearance, how you appear in your organization. Are you well groomed? Are you well dressed? Are you smelling nice? That is also a pillar of appearance. One most important thing is if you want power, if you want people should respect you, two things. Either people should love you or they should fear from you. These are the two emotions if you generate in people's mind, they will start respecting you, they will start loving you. How will you generate? You see the movie stars, you love them. Oh, Shah Rukh Khan, I love him, right? If you see a fear people, like, you're fear from this, two emotions you can generate in front of the people like love and fear. Anybody remember my second strategy? Hit hard at the right place. Gap. You remember a car mechanic hit a Rolls Royce and charged 100 pounds? 1 pound for hitting and 99 pound hitting at a right place. When I joined organization, I'm into books business. So customers place orders and it takes 20 days to deliver the books. When I joined the company, I said, this is bullshit. What are they doing it? 20 days to deliver the books? I worked with customer service, I worked with sales, I worked with production, and I reduced the turnaround time from 20 days to 14 days. This was completely not my job. But I worked with, because turnaround time, all the departments were thinking, this is our 3 days, 3 days, 3 days. But I said, let's take a cumulative turnaround time. So I reduced the turnaround time from 20 days to 14 days. I got the Fresh Thinking Award in UK. So that is strategy. Find out the gaps in your organization. Don't jump into it, but find out the gaps in your organization and try to fill it up, right? Anybody remember the third strategy? Smart work. Please don't apply too much brain and hardship for the company. Don't get me wrong. Do your best, but be a smart worker, right? You think, oh, I will work for 14 hours, 16 hours, and I will change the fortune. So don't love your company. You never know when your company start loving you. Always love yourself and your work. After 20 years, I learned this, that more than a hard worker and talented employees, company need leaders who can make other person work efficiently and diligently. And the best way of smart working is delegate your work. You see many hardworking people, workaholic people in your organization. Start delegating your work. You work and definitely you have to check them that are they working correctly or not. So when you delegate the work, you are free and you think about strategy, right? So that is how you can become a talented and the most hardworking employee in your organization. Give priority to your boss's work always. When your boss has given you work, give him the first priority. Become the smart worker in your organization, not the hard work. Start delegating, start talking to people, attend a lot of meetings. If you want to evaluate yourself, just say that how many meetings you have been invited. If you are not attending any meeting, that means you are not doing anything, right? So these are the strategy which I have shared with you, right? Perception, smart working, hitting hard at the right place. If you implement these strategies, you will definitely get successful in any organization more than any other worker. So be a smart worker, not a hard worker. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ritesh. Even I like the title of the speech. So, it's a request to all the members to write the feedback in the guest group. The time is only 1 minute.
I did not move the PowerPoint presentation. Sorry for that.
Oh, no worries.
One minute is over.
So, guys, 1 minute is members, 1 minute is over. Now it's the time to call our third prepared speaker, that is Toastmaster Tushit. Before calling Tushit, I would like to call his speech evaluator, that is Toastmaster Laksh.
Am I audible? So, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Toastmaster Laksh Gidra, and today I'll be evaluating Toastmaster Tushit. His speech pathway is Presentation Mastery, Level 2, Project 2, and his speech objective is usage of vocal variety and body language while sharing insights from his personal experience. His title is You Didn't Choose This. And timer, please note down his time duration is 5 to 7 minutes. I wish you all the best, Toastmaster Tushit. Here you go.
Thank you, Toastmaster Laksh. Now I would like to call our third prepared speaker, that is Toastmaster Tushit. Toastmaster Tushit, you didn't choose this. You didn't choose this. Toastmaster Tushit, the stage is over to you.
Sometimes I feel that we live in a matrix. Our invisible puppet master is controlling all of us. Good morning, everyone. Let me start with something uncomfortable. Right now, you all are listening to me. But did you choose to focus on my voice? Or did your brain decided to pay attention before you even realized it? We live with a powerful belief that we are in control, that we think freely, that we choose freely, that we shape our own destiny. But what if that feeling of control is just a very convincing illusion? Today, I would like to explore a very bold question. Are we the authors of our life or just characters? Following a script written by biology, chemistry, experiences, circumstances. I would like to share a study. In 1980s, a neuroscientist, Benjamin Libet, conducted a very famous experiment. The participants were asked to press a button whenever they feel like it, freely, without planning or without anything, just free will. But here's the shocking part. Their brain actively showed a signal of decision before they consciously reported deciding. In simple words, your brain starts the action, then your mind says, I decided, I choose it. It's like your consciousness is not any driver, it's like the commentator. If your brain moves before you decide, then who is really in control? Who actually has the free will if brain is the driver? You didn't choose your blueprint. Let's go biologically. Biologically, you didn't choose your parents, your genetics, your childhood, your financial background, your cultural upbringing, your belief system, your taste. Everything was everything was not in your hand. Yet, these factors shaped you. It shaped your personality, your fears, your ambitions, your definition of success. Whatever you feel like doing right now is shaped by the past experiences that were not in your control. If I was born into a different country, let's say Africa, in a tribe, I would be a very different person with the same soul. So when you say that I choose this belief or I choose this career, how much of that was actually you? How much of that decision was your free will? How much was your environment choosing you? Right? Let's talk about an effect, the domino effect. Every choice has a cause, every circumstances has a cause. So when I say that, did you pick your stream on your own choice? Maybe your parents said that you should choose it. Maybe the society valued it. Maybe you feared financial instability. Maybe your friends were choosing it, so you chose it. But why did those influences matter to you? Because of the past experiences that were not in your hand, that were not given to you, that you not that were given to you. You did not decided it. If we trace every decision backward, we find a chain of causes, a chain of events, like dominoes falling apart. But the real thing is that you never set up the dominoes. You just happen to be one of them. So is free will real? Is it actually yours? Are we just a part of a cause and effect system? Let's take it as an algorithm. Think of yourself like a very advanced algorithm, like a machine learning pipeline. Your input being your past experiences, the media that you consume, your education, your friend group, your hormones, your parents, the peer pressure that you faced. And then these all factors are processed by your brain chemistry, by your emotional memory, your neural patterns, your past experiences, and then there is an output, a one word output, your decision, a simple decision, the decision that you took every day. If someone had complete data about you, your history, your psychology, your biology, your past experiences, could they predict what your next move is? Tech companies are already trying to do the same. Sometimes they know what you want to watch or buy before you consciously decide. For example, whenever I'm listening a song in Spotify and whenever I open Instagram, the same song is into all of my reels. My feed is full of that song. My feed is full of the ads of the item that I want to purchase. But this is something that gets serious. If free will was an illusion, can we actually blame the criminals? Can we praise heroes? Can we say that you deserve success? A philosopher once marked that free will is not free will. It's always something that we are always responsible. We are condemned to be free. But others question whether the idea of free will was created to justify punishment and guilt. Because without free will, morality changes. Justice becomes prevention. Blame becomes understanding. It forces us to rethink everything. It forces us to rethink that whether free will actually exists. Are we actually free? Or is just that
the factors that we don't control is controlling us. The factors that were not decided by us. It was just a circumstance. Here's what I believe. Maybe we never had total unlimited freedom. Maybe the concept is never right. We are not free, but we are shaped deeply by the forces beyond our control, things that are not in our hand. But you know what? We have something very powerful. There is a tiny gap between impulse and action. The tiny gap is said awareness. You might feel angry, but you can pause. You might be feared with something, but you can step forward anyway. Maybe you never choose the thought. Maybe you can always choose the response. Maybe free will is not absolute independence from the cause. Maybe it's the ability to interrupt the chain, to make your own chain, to be that domino, a domino that is aside from the chain of dominoes, to reflect, to resist, to respond consciously. I feel that this small space of awareness is something that makes us apart from all the human beings, all the controls. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Tushit, for the speech. Now it's a request to the members just to write the feedback in the guest group.
One minute is over.
So thank you everyone for writing for the feedback. Now it's the time for our next prepared speaker. He is from another club, that is Toastmaster Gur- Gurpreet. He is from TMSL club. Before calling Toastmaster Gurpreet, I would like to call his speech evaluator, that is Toastmaster Deepak.
Okay, thank you. Do we have speaker number 4 as well, or this speaker number 5? I remember we had another speaker line.
Oh, sorry. So sorry, sir. So, well, the fourth prepared speaker is Toastmaster Sunny. He will be giving his icebreaker. But before calling Toastmaster Sunny, I would like to call his speech evaluator as Toastmaster Sangeeta.
Thank you, Toastmaster Yuvraj. It was Amudam Cafe while we were eating delectable meals. Toastmaster Sunny gave us a sneak peek of his speech, and we were all ears. Between conversations and comforting food, he began sharing fragments of a story that felt intense. Even in that informal setting, what stood out was the cogency of his thoughts. There was intent and there was a vision. Today, as he presents his icebreaker from Pathway Visionary Leadership, Level 1, Project 1, we have the privilege of hearing the full story behind the intriguing title, The Boy Stuck in Time. An icebreaker is not just a first speech, it is the foundation stone of a speaker's journey. And Toastmaster Sunny is not merely here to speak, he is here to express. Timer, please note the timing of his speech is 4 to 6 minutes. An icebreaker is the foundation of Toastmaster's journey. It deserves encouragement, it deserves celebration. So I request all of you, as this is his first speech in this club, once Toastmaster Sunny concludes, please rise to your feet and give him a warm, resounding sound of applause. Thank you. Toastmaster, over to you, Toastmaster Yuvraj.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sangeeta, for introducing the role. Now I would like to call our next prepared speaker, that is Toastmaster Sunny. Toastmaster Sunny, the boy stuck in time. The boy stuck in time. Toastmaster Sunny, the stage is over to you.
Hello everyone, good morning to you all. My name is Sunny Kumar. I am originally a resident of Patna, Bihar. I am currently preparing for my master's, which is very likely to start in the second half of this year. To understand my motivations behind joining Toastmasters, you would all have to listen to a story about a boy, a story about hope, acceptance, and finally letting go. Yes, it's a story about me. Let's go back 10 years ago. I was a very energetic 13-year-old. I was a very high achiever. I scored straight A's in all my subjects. Who got the highest marks? Of course, it's Sunny. Who won the high school debate competition? Of course, it's Sunny. Who else it can be? But I was the kind of child that other parents want their child to become. But unknown to me, my entire world was built on something very fragile. It's external validation. A year later, I faced my first major failure. It was shocking. It broke me down because I was feeling an emotion that I've never felt before, the feeling of failing. Nobody was there at that time to tell me that it's okay to fail. But I'm not a kind of person to not try again. I tried again and again and again, but failed each and every time. So I was very miserable at that time, but nobody was there to guide me. Life happened, but my time stopped. Slowly, my peers overtook me, and then my juniors. These events broke me down bit by bit by bit. When you are at your absolute worst, you begin to see things that otherwise you will never see. Fake friends, fake smile, fake people, the cracks in the social order, the cracks in the world order, the cracks in the reality that the world wants you to see. At one such night, when I was fighting the ghosts of my past and the devils from the future, I asked myself a question. What went wrong? I do not know who this question was for. Was it for me? Was it for God? Or was it for my past self? There was no answer. The silence felt deafening. I went into a trance. Suddenly, a phone call shook me up. I saw it. It was my mom. I picked it up and I heard the familiar voice on the other side. कैसे हो बेटा? The voice seemed to pull me out from the literal hell itself. I talked to her for some time and the topics were very useful. आज क्या खाए थे? तबीयत ठीक है या नहीं? आज नहाया या नहीं नहाया? So after I dropped off the call, I realized something very important that I had been missing the entire time. When I was at my peak, my family was there with me. When I was at my absolute worst, my family was still there with me. That day, I realized what it meant to be a family. I turned off the lights, played a very loud music, and then I cried. I cried. The tears were not of regret, the tears were of acceptance and finally letting go. That day, I also decided to rebuild my life from scratch. I picked up whatever pieces of me were left and decided to build a system to change my life, a system aimed at what was lost. The system that I developed over the years deserve a speech on its own, but to summarize it, a system at its core is a set of habits strung together to form routines. And several of these routines, mixed with other basic ingredients like core basic values, design the complete system that I possess today. But this story is for some other time. After some time, when my system was finally taking shape, I asked myself another question. Just what if? What if someone was there at that time to tell me that it's okay to fail? It's okay to fail. You might be trying in the wrong direction. Maybe things could have turned out better. That day, I decided what I wanted to do with my life. So, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you my vision. My vision is to ensure that every single child gets an opportunity to develop to their full potential. And how do I ensure this? I ensure this by employing a mix of technologies, primarily artificial intelligence. But this is a very big goal, and I need collaborators and partners. But I have terrible communication skills at that time. So I am here at Toastmasters to improve my communication skills and to find people who share my vision. I would like to conclude my speech with a quote that helped me a lot. It is a quote by Victor Hugo, a leading figure of French Romantic movement. Even the darkest nights end and the sun rises. And guess what? My name is. Thank you for listening to my story.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sunny, for your icebreaker speech. It's a request to the members just to write the feedback for for our icebreaker speaker, Toastmaster Sunny, in the guest group.
1 minute is over.
Members, 1 minute is over. Now we have only two speeches left because Toastmaster Tisha's speech is cancelled due to the family emergency at her
Toastmaster
home.
Raj, there is one thing. Tisha's speech, now that is cancelled, we can incorporate an Aman's speech.
Okay. So Toastmaster Aman is there.
Yes, he is here and he has shared his speech with us, with me. So I think so. We all have heard his speech, right? But there was a power outage there. So if it is required, I can share it again, or else I can share it to Toastmaster Bhavani.
Speech, which was 2 to 3 minutes in the beginning.
Sorry, Toastmaster Risal.
Can you hear me well now?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, are you talking about Toastmaster Aman's 2 to 3 minute speech in the beginning?
Yes.
Yes, we have heard it full, loud and clear.
Okay. Then Toastmaster Bhavani can just uh take ahead with the evaluation. Okay, then we can just continue with only two speeches.
Okay, Toastmaster Sangeeta. Now we have a next prepared speaker, that is Toastmaster Gurpreet. He's from another club, that is TMSL club. Before calling Toastmaster Gurpreet, I would like to call his speech evaluator, that is Toastmaster Deepak.
Cool. Thank you, Toastmaster Yuvraj. So today we have Toastmaster Gurpreet, who is working on, like he mentioned, that he is a very down-to-earth person who enjoys talking to people and like to have good food. So uh, professionally, he is an working with an IT company as project manager. Today he will be giving his project level 1, project 4 of Pathway Visionary Communication, and the speech title is very interesting, Survival Game. I wish him all the best, and it takes a lot of courage to actually come out of your comfort zone and deliver a speech in another club. So it also gives an opportunity for other people to learn from you. So well done on that, Toastmaster Gurpreet, and all the best. And back to you, Toastmaster Yuvraj.
The next prepared, thank you, Toastmaster Deepak. So our next prepared speaker is Toastmaster Gurpreet. Toastmaster Gurpreet, the survival game. The survival game, Toastmaster Gurpreet.
Have you ever walked into a room and felt the atmosphere ice cold? Not because of the AC, but because of the hostility directed at you. Most of us would have faced that moment of being an outsider. But the real question is, how do you cope with it? I grew up in a very protective, beautiful bubble. I am a Sikh. In my faith, the hair is our symbol of our identity. And it is considered a sacred gift and never to be cut. Till the 8th standard, I studied in a Sikh school. I was the majority, safe and normal. But my bubble got burst in 9th standard. Due to a sudden financial situation, my family transferred me to a government school. The life became a survival game from day one. No school bus, no canteen, and no friends. From a majority, I became a visible minority. I was the only one wearing a turban. And being an outsider, I was a target for the bullies. The taunts became constant. But the real blow did not come from a bully. It came from someone I trusted for my support. One day, After the daily assembly, the principal asked PT teacher Malik sir, identify the boys with long unshorn hair. Malik sir did not check anyone. He just pointed a finger at me and smirked. बाल तो सरदार जी के ही लंबे हैं. Only the sick boy had long hair. I felt humiliated. The laughter was not just noise. It felt like a physical blow on my soul. I went back home dejected that day. I begged my parents, please send me back to my previous school. I pleaded, I cried. The answer was no, not possible. I couldn't sleep that night. I kept thinking. I realized that I needed my safety net. I needed social acceptance, not to be an outsider. I started analyzing my enemy. Who are they? The young teenage boys of my class. What would they value or enjoy above anything else? And Eureka! I found the universal currency of the teenage world. The dirty joke. So next time, when Pankaj and Sameer, the two bullies of my class, called me to bully me, I shared a forbidden joke with them. And they roared. Next day, they were back with two more gang members. They enjoyed. Within a month, my circle of influence got expanded to 20 boys. The very boys who were waiting to mock me were now waiting to listen to my jokes. Fellow Toastmasters, I was no more an outsider, but I did not win by fighting. I won by connecting. To survive in any hostile environment, you need to know your audience. And how to do that? First, identify the currency. What is the thing they value? Is it data, empathy, relations? Second, build bridges. Don't wait for them to accept you. Create a reason for them to want you. And third, think outside the box. If the door of fitting in is locked, try to find out the window. In the game of survival, you don't need to change your identity. You need to change your strategy. Thank you. Over to the Toastmasters.
Thank you, Toastmaster Gurpreet. Such a great speech. For the first time, you visited our club and gave the speech. Kudos to you. Just like stepping outside from the comfort zone. Now, it's a request to the members just to write the feedback for our guest, Toastmaster Gurpreet, in the guest group.
Okay, 1 minute is over.
So, members, I hope you have just write the feedback. Now, we have the last prepared speaker, that is Toastmaster Johnny. Before calling Toastmaster Johnny,
Toastmaster Yuvraj, before you proceed, Toastmaster Bhavani, the evaluator for Toastmaster Aman's speech, would like to be played again since she had missed it earlier. So yes, I think Toastmaster Sangeeta, you'll have to play again.
Sure.
Thank you.
Toastmaster Yuvraj, you can call Bhavani for the evaluation, right? Toastmaster Bhavani, you have the details, right?
Yes, I have the details.
Okay, let me share it again.
Toastmaster Yuvraj, can you call upon Toastmaster Bhavani?
And
yes,
you're excited.
first I would like to call Toastmaster Bhavani over the stage.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Today I am evaluating the speech of Toastmaster Aman, and his speech title is Moment of Truth, Pathways, Innovative Planning. Project level is level 4, Project 1, Part 1. Speech time was 2 to 3 minutes. Speech objective is making, plan, and learn. So we'll listen to Aman's speech once again to go through it, and I will present my evaluation towards the end of the meeting. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I hope you all are doing fine and you're excited for the upcoming festive season that we have around the corner. And also, you're preparing well for your international speech contest. I want to share with you all that soon we'll be having Moment of Truth to be conducted in our club. And I am happy to share that I'll be moderating it. I have taken this responsibility as part of one of the project that I have on level 4. For that, I would be needing a team. I'll need to do a proper planning. So this is more like an announcement that what we are going to have. I assume majority of you have gone through the document that I have shared on the WhatsApp group for the Moment of Truth, in which all the 6 major areas are mentioned. I'll just quickly read them out. First one being the first impression. Second, program planning and meeting organization. Third, membership orientation. Fourth, membership strength. Fifth, fellowship variety and communication. Last but not the least, sixth one, achievement recognition. So during Moment of Truth, we'll be discussing around these things. I'll be needing the support of each and every member to make this a success. And also, I'll be needing few volunteers. I'll be needing a timer who can make sure that we start the meeting on time and end on time. We are expecting to conclude this in 45 to 60 minutes. And I'll also be needing a member who can jot down all the points, important points that we discuss, so we can take them further and make them actionable. And thirdly, I think I'll be needing one more tech master who can help me with creating breakout rooms, because I'm planning to conduct this online so that majority of the members are able to participate it without hassle. So we'll be dividing into 3 or 6 groups depending on the number of people we have. I would really encourage all of you to participate in this, give an honest feedback so that we can grow as a club and the executive committee can take those things into consideration and work upon. This is a feedback for the entire club, and we can grow all together. And the purpose is simple. It is not to criticize or to fault find in others. It's just to give and honest feedback so that all the members can work on themselves and make this club even better. Thank you.
Yuvraj, you can go ahead.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sangeeta. Now we have a last prepared speaker, that is Toastmaster Johnny. Before calling Toastmaster Johnny, I would like to call his speech evaluator, that is Toastmaster Tanishq.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Yuvraj. So, good afternoon, everyone. So, I'm the evaluator of my target speaker, Toastmaster Johnny. His speech object, his pathway is presentation mastery, level 1, project 3. His speech title is "It's Not About Keys." His speech objective is to check vocal variety in speech as per the situations. He just want to tell everyone how human life experiences in reality. So, how are you, Toastmaster Johnny?
I am fine, Tanishq. Thank you.
So, over to the host.
Thank you, Toastmaster Tanishq, for explaining the role. Now I would like to call our last prepared speaker, that is Toastmaster Johnny. Toastmaster Johnny, it's not about keys. It's not about keys, Toastmaster Johnny.
Good afternoon, everyone. How are you all? How are you, Sangeeta?
I'm doing well.
Okay. So maybe some of you met today and said the same thing, I am fine, to each other. And maybe you said the same to your colleagues, your mother, your father, or your friends, that I am fine. But let us be honest for a second. How many of us actually are fine? I am fine is a lie. It is a polite way of saying I have too much going inside and I don't think you have the time to hear. In real life, we carry the weight of impossible deadlines. We had hard days at work. Sometimes we felt ignored in the meeting, but we still say, I am fine. We carry lot of stress due to many reasons. Frustration situations because more than expectations from other. Disappointment because things are not in place as per my own terms. But still we say, I am fine. Most of the time we create pressure cooker situation for ourselves just because of our habits. We always try to look cool, calm, composed from outside. In the real life, like this soda water bottle. Suppose I shake it, in the few moments, it will show cool, calm, composed. But what is going inside, we have seen few minutes ago. I'm running behind the time as I have to go to office. There are so many notifications in my phone. My phone is ringing. I have created the situation of stress for myself and I reach to key hook to find the car key. And I didn't find the car key. Where is the car key? Why the things are not in place? Why I have to struggle to see the things at the place? It was not about the key. Key is the victim of the situation. So similar like this water bottle, sorry, soda water bottle, I have to go to office, the stress, I'm creating the pressure, the frustration to reach office, and suddenly I didn't find the key. So what happened? So this is what happened. So it's not about the key, it's about us. We create the situation and we always say, we smile after one day, after 2 days, after moments with a smile, I am fine. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmasters Johnny. It's a great speech. You're improving day by day. Now it's a request to the members just to write the feedback in the guest group, and just after writing the feedback, so there is no TTM and just the polls for the best prepared speaker in the group. Just to post in the group after the feedback is done.
One minute is over.
Guys, 1 minute, members, to 1 minute is over. Now, the request for a tech master poll just to post the poll of the best prepared speaker in the group.
Yes, roll
Guys,
call the poll.
thank you, Roswell Sangeeta. Members, the polls are in the group, and it's a request to everyone just to vote for the best prepared speaker. Time will be only 1 minute or 30 seconds.
We can have 30 seconds because it just takes a click.
Okay, guys, 30 seconds just to for voting.
Thirty seconds are over. Yeah.
Now it was a great speech marathon session. I hope the members and guests have enjoyed the speech marathon, especially Toastmaster Gurpreet. It was your first time. I hope your experience was great of experiencing and exploring the speech marathon. As there is no TTM, as I already mentioned, now it's time to call the journal evaluator, that is Toastmaster Namra.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Yuvraj, for calling me. Today, we have seen a very tough fight between all the speakers, and I'm sure it's going to be difficult who is the best speaker for today's meeting. And I want all of you to applaud a big hands for all the speakers. I request everyone. Thank you so much, all of you. Now it's time for the evaluation. As we all know, evaluation is a breakfast of champions and it's how we grow. First, let's hear from our speech evaluator. who will provide feedback to our prepared speakers. Please welcome Toastmaster Anmol to evaluate his target speaker, Toastmaster Rajendra. Toastmaster Anmol, the floor is
Thank you.
yours.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Namra. Two leaders don't create followers, they create more leaders. I just want to applaud Toastmaster Rajendra. She was tasked with a very difficult task to open the speech marathon for today. As Toastmaster Namra also said, how tough of a fight it was. I liked how Toastmaster Rajendra started with the personal stories, with her attending a Toastmasters event, being on phone, and courageous enough to say hi to Toastmaster Sangeeta. Her vocal clarity was amazing. Her hand gestures was also on point. And what I liked the most about her speech was that throughout the speech, for the most part of it, she was just smiling. And this is a very important thing that we should all do, because if we have a positive attitude, even while we are on the stage, if we just have a little smile on our face, it just radiates good vibes for us and for everyone present as the audience. And she also expressed gratitude, which was pretty good. And her speech was also very project oriented, adhering to the demands of what her level 2 project 3 was. And I could also notice some amazing quotes like, "You must be selfish for your growth," about her grabbing roles, which was amazing to hear that. Now, as always, there are some pointers on which you can improve to take your speech to the next level. And the first part of it being that I could see, and almost everyone could see, that you were forgetting your lines in between a little bit. And how you were responding onto the stage, you were just smiling, which is a good thing. But what I would suggest to you is just don't stop. Just keep going, whatever it is that you remember. Because your goal should be to never let the audience know that you're forgetting your lines or your stuff, right? And the pacing was also, I think, a bit too connected, too fast. If you could have some strategic pauses in between, that could help this speech, breaking, not being monotonous. And you could also use the stage a bit more. And since we're having an hybrid meeting, you could also be more versed with eye contact with the online members. Rest, your confidence was spot on, your content was well structured. As I said, good usage of quotes and overall grammatical language. And your speech was very well interconnected, circling back to the start towards the end. And how you ended it was also very good, ended with a quote. And this was all from my side. It was an amazing speech to hear. And all I would like to say is that since we have our ISC coming, you have loads and loads of potential. Just prepare well for the ISC, and all the best to you. Back to you, Namra.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster and Mo, for your amazing evaluation. Now, I want to call Toastmaster Desal for his target speaker, Toastmaster Ritesh. Toastmaster Desal, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Namra. Who was listening religiously to Toastmaster Ritesh's speech? I was personally oscillating between wearing the hat of an evaluator and finding the mistakes, and also trying to find what are the errors and what could be better and what are the commendations, and between being wearing the hat of a learner and taking notes from my own career. So he started powerfully with confidence, with a good volume, voice modulation, smile, posing a question. How many of you remember my previous presentation? And he also added an element of humor. I am not testing, don't worry. His delivery was absolutely articulate, very smooth. At no point I felt like he was recalling. It kept, it was free from hiccups. The gestures were apt according to the situation I noticed, and it was also very sufficient, not too much, not too little. The facial expressions were also spot on, made both online and offline members feel very included. And who can ever forget the impersonation of Shah Rukh Khan? I think now it has become your signature. So that was a smart move because that's how you keep the audience engaged and that's how you make your speech memorable as well. The recall towards the end, the iteration of the three takeaways, that was also powerful because it's a good way to end to make the message impactful. Although personally, I feel the recommendations are quite scant. I would not have much to say because it was almost perfect. And although the recall from the previous presentation is good, but still I feel it may be difficult or not very relatable for the audience who was not present previously. And a little more stage space usage, and you can come here and then transition from one stance to the other. But gestures were perfect, and as I said, it is almost impossible to forget. And examples you have given for each of the speech with personal stories, so that is powerful. And I would say the cogency in his speech does justice to cogency means persuasion. So it does justice to your pathway, and we are very much persuaded and influenced by you. I have also seen so much improvement in the past couple of months. I think we joined around the same time, and I've seen you grow exponentially. That is your hard work and practice that is visible. So keep up the good work, Toastmaster Ritesh, and you are a pro now. And I'm excited for your ISC as well.
Thanks again, sir.
Back to you.
Wow, amazing Toastmaster Risat. You're always flawless. Now I want to welcome Toastmaster Sangeeta to evaluate his target speaker, Toastmaster Sunny.
Thank
Toastmaster.
you, Toastmaster Namra. If Toastmaster Sunny were to be described in one phrase, it would be La homme de la nature, de la ferite. It is a French phrase that means a man of nature and truth. There is an authenticity about him that left a lasting impression, a groundedness that makes the audience listen, a presence that makes people curious. His speech was intense and reflective, beginning with his motivation to join Toastmasters, provided immediate context and anchored his narrative. He introduced himself clearly, mentioning that he is pursuing his masters, which helped the audience to understand where he currently stands in his life. He described himself as a high achiever, an energetic person, using adjectives that emphasized his self perception and identity, and then courageously revealing his vulnerability. That contrast created an emotional depth. Since this is his very first project and the content foundation is strong, the recommendations focus mainly on delivery and refinement. First is voice modulation. His tone remained flatlined throughout majority of his speech, given the emotional intensity of his content. Varying pitch, pace, and volume would significantly enhance impact. For example, when he was referring himself at 13 years old as energetic, he could have altered his tone and pace to reflective youthfulness or nostalgia. I could just show, like, if he could have had the stage presence, he could just move back instead of just revolving or oscillating between to and fro movement of the pendulum. He could just go behind and tell when I was 13 years old, energetic. Or he could have used the voice modulation where he said, by bit by bit by bit. It could have various voice modulation whenever he stated the same functionality of the phrases. Later, secondly, I would also consider the stage usage. he could use the stage space more intentionally. When describing different phases in life, he might step back, as I said, and stronger hand movements and a more deliberate stance would have showed or proven more authority and dynamism to his presence. Additionally, instead of beginning directly with motivation to join Toastmasters, which he later repeated, he could experiment with more compelling hook. For instance, opening with a reflective statement, "What if someone had been there at that time?" which he used the statement later in his speech. Overall, his speech was preeminent in sincerity and extremely motivating in spirit. For an icebreaker, the emotional depth was impressive, and the way he incorporated the Victor Hugo quote was thoughtful and memorable. Well done on completing this important first milestone in his Toastmasters journey. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Namra.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sangeeta, for amazing evaluation. And pardon all of you. Actually, Toastmaster Sangeeta is the fourth evaluator. I by mistakenly I called her, but now I want to call Toastmaster Laksh for his target speaker, Toastmaster Tushit.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Good afternoon once again to all of you. I truly appreciated the way Toastmaster Tushit started his speech with a question when he asked us that did we choose to pay attention? So it immediately set the tone and gave us a clear direction of what is to follow. Additionally, even though he joined us online, he chose to stand by delivering his speech. So that reflects great professionalism and respect for the stage as well. His hand gestures were natural and meaningful, and they complemented his message as well. I also really enjoyed his storytelling. At another strong point was the way when he mentioned a consistent reference to the domino effect throughout his speech, which helped in reinforcing his central message and made his speech memorable. And especially also the things where he listed as such, like we never chose, for example, our family, our upbringing, our cultural background, and many more things. Those were very relatable and made the audience reflect deeply. Now, about the recommendations part, first of all, I noticed that there were few minor grammatical errors as well. You often told a few words like chose or choosed like those. That is not much enough issue, but working on polishing the language will make your message even more powerful. And personally, I felt that at some points your movements were a little casual, as if you're moving here and there without a clear purpose. As speakers, our movement should be more intentional and purposeful, because purposeful movement adds authority and impact to our presence on our stage. And again, overall, your speech was very engaging, relatable, and well delivered. Your confidence, your storytelling ability, and your connection with the audience were clearly visible. Now, with just a little refinement in language and stage movement, you will become even more impactful speaker. And I therefore uh, say that your future speeches will be even more better. And all the best to you for that.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Lush, for sharing your evaluation with all of us. Now, I want to invite Toastmaster Deepak for his target speaker, guest Gurpreet. Toastmaster Deepak, the
Thank
stage is
you.
yours.
Thank you. And I will go to full screen mode. Just give me a moment. Okay, cool. So today we had a speaker from outside our club, Toastmaster Gurpreet, and it's not very easy to deliver a speech in front of an unfamiliar audience. And I would like to congratulate Toastmaster Gurpreet for getting out of comfort zone and telling us a personal story. Steve Jobs said, "Storytellers are the most powerful person in the world because they govern the agenda. They shape the thinking of, share a vision." Now, today, we had Toastmaster Gurpreet, tell a story. Tell a story which was very personal to him. Story from his childhood. And that's what made me think on the personal struggle that he went through. That's what made me connect to Toastmaster Gurpreet. And it was the core message he wanted to share with us. The, the message of building connection with others in an unfamiliar environment. And the currency that he chose was a story, a personal story. I was immediately connected with him. Well done, Toastmaster Gurpreet, on that. Now, I also liked that Toastmaster Gurpreet used translation for sharing his the joke that he meant to share in Hindi, then translated, because there might be certain audience who might not be familiar with the language that he used. So he used English to translate. That's also a good practice that we can learn from Toastmaster Gurpreet. Couple of suggestions to take the speech to the next level. Now, Toastmaster Gurpreet started his speech with a question. Have you ever felt ice cold temperature? Now that was a question. He could have taken a pause and asked the audience to raise a hand to see how many of people connect with that question. Engaging the audience by asking question, waiting for their response, acknowledging the response actually makes the speech more impactful. Okay? So Toastmaster Gurpreet could have asked audience to raise their hand. Second, to create more impact, second thing he could have done is when he mentioned that he was he feeling humiliated. Okay, he could have paused. Just 10 seconds of pause. It would have made the message land even better, because the audience would have felt the same emotion as Toastmaster Gurpreet. Overall, I really loved the speech. It was having a very powerful story, personal story, had the elements of the hero connecting with the with villains like the bullies and winning over them by connecting, not by fighting. My key takeaway was win by fight, not by fighting, but by connecting. And if Toastmaster Gurpreet could ask the audience to raise hands and also use pause, that would take it to the next level. All the best, Gurpreet, and thank you for coming out of your comfort zone and sharing your beautiful story with us and inspiring us. Back to you, Toastmaster Namra.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Deepak, for sharing your evaluation about our guest Gurpreet. Now I want to call the sixth evaluator, Toastmaster Bhavani, to evaluate his target speaker, Toastmaster Aman. Toastmaster Bhavani, the stage is yours.
Thank you. Hello, Toastmasters and guests. First of all, thank you, Sangeeta, for putting me on the spot. I thought I could have escaped today. Today, I had the pleasure of evaluating TM Aman, who is preparing to take a session with us called The Moment of Truth. As per his pathway, he has decided to do innovative planning. My speaker wishes to give ideas to the executive committee so that they can grow even more. We are growing and we are greedy. We want to grow even more. He wishes to give honest feedback and has a great plan of having record rooms for online sessions. I would really love to learn how to do that. As you know, I'm not a tech savvy, but that's something I've been wanting to learn. And the day I joined again here, my reason to join here is to learn from each one of you here. And that's what I've been doing. And it has really helped me. Now, although it was a 2-minute speech, the things that he could have improved on. I wish he could have changed his tone. His tone was a little monotone, and his screen was freezing in between. But other than that, I felt it was a great speech, and I'm waiting to see the session and learn from each one of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bhavani, for your speech evaluation. Now I want the last evaluator, Toastmaster Tanish, to evaluate his target speaker, Toastmaster Johnny.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Namra. Last but not the least, I'm the evaluator of my target speaker, Toastmaster Johnny. Coming to the commendations, Toastmaster Johnny asked questions to everyone that helped him to engage everyone. Kudos to you on that point. I loved how Toastmaster Johnny used a soda bottle to explain human behavior. Great execution. I would love your speech if it was in offline mode, and great usage of hand gestures and great usage of grammar. I've observed that. Coming to the recommendations part, I've observed that the speech tone was very subtle and very simple. Toastmaster Johnny could have used different tones in between his speech to enhance his speech. One more recommendation, asking questions to everyone was it's a really good point. But some questions are there where the audience should only use their hand raise or a thumbs up during speech, because it's only you should speak when it comes to your speeches. And you could have spoken while standing or walking, like you're on the stage. And I just want to ask Toastmaster Johnny, what was the key takeaway of this speech? Was it, wait, was it, should we tell everyone that we all are fine, or should we burst out like a soda bottle? Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you very much, Tanik, for the feedback, and I will take care of all the points I have noted down, and will take care to improve more. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Tanis, for your evaluation. Thank you, all the evaluators, for their cogency evaluation. Now it's time to call my tag team. Let's see how we performed on our technical goals. May I have the May I have the report from the counter? Toastmaster Shireen. Toastmaster.
Namra, could you
Thank you.
just go for the polls, best evaluator
Yes,
polls?
I'm so sorry, I forgot that. I request everyone, has the poll launched in the group? Yes. I request everyone to please vote for the best evaluator. The polls has already been launched in the group. And I want timer to tell us when the time's up.
Yep, time is up. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Deepak, for telling us. Yes, now I have the report from the R counter. I request Toastmaster Shireen to come on the stage and tell us about their reports.
Thank you, Toastmaster Namra. Hello, everyone. Hello, online friends. So I'm back with my report. I'm very happy to share some good news first. Awareness is the first step to improvement, and you all follow this. And today we all made a conscious effort to use well-placed pause instead of fillers. That is a strong sign that we are moving closer to becoming contest-ready speakers. And now my detailed report. It is not to find fault, but to help all of us to become more mindful and polished in our speaking. So I will start with host Toastmaster Yuvraj. He uses 3 arms, 2 up, 1 arm, 2 well, and 2 so. And Toastmaster Aman uses 2 up, 2 arm, 3 arms, 1 arm, and 2 so. Guest Paras uses 6 times arms. And guest Ritesh uses 3 times arms and 3 times arm. Toastmaster Deepak, he is playing timer and evaluator. He uses 8 times and 3 times and 2 times so. Toastmaster Rajinder, speaker and grammarian. Excellent presentation, but uses 2 times 2 times and 3 times so. Toastmaster Ajay, listener, 2 times Toastmaster Anmol, 4 times 3 times and 2 times so. Toastmaster Vishal, evaluator, uses 6 times and 3 times Toastmaster Ritesh, speaker, awesome speech, some repeated words like 4 times. Toastmaster Laksh, evaluator, Toastmaster Laksh uses 3 times and 2 times Toastmaster Tushit, lovely speech, some fillers were there, 3 and 2 ahs. Toastmaster Sangeeta, evaluator, 2 times and 2 times and 1 time Toastmaster Sunny, what a wonderful speech, Toastmaster Sunny. Some long pauses, but no fillers. Kudos to you. Toastmaster guest Gurpreet, brilliant speech, Toastmaster Gurpreet, and no fillers, flawless. Toastmaster Bhavani, 3 times 2 times otherwise very good evaluation. Toastmaster Aman, speaker, nice speech, negligible fillers. Toastmaster Tanishq, evaluator, 3 times and 2 times 4 times 2 times and 4 times so. Toastmaster Johnny, great speech, Toastmaster Johnny, flawless. And this is my report. Thank you so much. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shireen, for sharing your report with us. Now I want to call the grammarian for today's meeting, none other than Toastmaster Rajendra.
Thank you, Toastmaster Namra. Leadership is the art of expressing complex vision with undeniable urgency. Today, all role players presented their roles with remarkable urgency. And I noticed the usage of word by Namra, Toastmaster Namra, Toastmaster Shireen, and Toastmaster Sangeeta. My apologies if anyone else to have used it, I didn't notice. So, good word usage by Toastmaster Sangeeta transported across space and distance instantly. Then integrating, arousing one curiosity. It was again by Toastmaster Sangeeta. Resounding loud enough to reverberate. Deliberate, done consciously. These all words were used by Toastmaster Sangeeta. Guest Gurmeet used hostility, which means unfriendly, eureka, cry of joy or satisfaction. Then Rizal used oscillating, that means swing back and forth, articulate, having ability to speak fluently. Then there were few idiom uses and good phrases like Toastmaster Rajendra used, I was on cloud 9, that means extremely happy. Your network is your net worth. The quality of your connection directly impacts your success. Then Toastmaster Shireen used in a right platform, even the invisible can become visible. And Toastmaster Yuvraj used the magic we are looking for in the work. The magic we are looking for is in the work we are avoiding. Toastmaster Ritesh used it's not what you look that matters, it's what you see. And I like it when Toastmaster Tushit said there is a tiny gap between impulse and action. You can always choose your response. And there were few used, Toastmaster Sunny also used like bit by bit, which means gradually went into trance, a semi-conscious state. And then there was this quote, which I really liked, even the darkest night will end and sun will rise. And Toastmaster Gurmeet used think outside the box, that means think in a creative way. That is all from my side. Thank you.
Wow, Toastmaster Rajendra, you're very, very attentive. We all can see this. Now I request now I want to call timer for today's meeting, Toastmaster Deepak. Toastmaster Deepak, please come on the stage and show your report to all of us.
Cool. Thank you. Let me share my screen. Okay. So, hopefully you're able to see my screen. And this has the summary of how everyone performed in terms of timing as per the agenda. So we were having, so the major feedback is on the power cut, which took 18 minutes, and that's why we are overrunning significantly from the agenda. And oh, no, agenda says 2 to 8, but no, I think the original timing was 1 minute till 1:45. So we can avoid this going forward in future meetings by connecting maybe to a backup hotspot as Toastmaster Sangeeta suggested. And also during the start, the Toastmasters Aman's speech could have been avoided because 7 minutes of time was allotted to the presiding officer, and it was more than almost 3 minutes speech that was covered only for Toastmaster Aman, which was replayed later. So maybe that could have been improved for future. Now, from the speaker's perspective, we had Toastmaster Rajinder took 7 minutes 29 seconds, which is within the grace period. Toastmaster Ritesh did dance with the red panda for 10 seconds, but he was around the grace period. Also, Toastmaster Tushit did dance with the red panda with 8 seconds over. Um, Maybe something to consider when you see the red card, it's or yellow card, either speed up or try to wrap up. And I am also about to dance with the red panda, so let me hasten up. 7 minutes 35 seconds. Toastmaster Sunny little bit over than the grace period. Gurpreet was well within the time. Well done. And Toastmaster uh, Aman speech was 2 to 3 minutes, so he was within the time limit. Toastmaster Johnny, he did wrap up way below the 5 to 7 minutes, so maybe something to think upon how we can tailor the speech to be within the time limit. Toastmaster Johnny, I think there were all the speakers, evaluators were around the grace period time of. I think only two speakers that were below was Toastmaster Bhavani and Toastmaster Tanishk. Something to improve. And yeah, the role players were also within the time limit. So thank you, and back to you, Toastmaster Namra.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Deepak, for showing your report to us. Now it's time to call the listener for today's meeting, Toastmaster Ajay. I want Toastmaster Ajay to come on the stage.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Namra. I forgot what I was supposed to say. Anyways, how do we improve our speeches more? That was the question I was thinking there. Yeah, any idea? How do we improve our speeches more? By practicing more on stage. Yes or no? Yes. Little louder. Yes or no? Yes. No. By observing more others. See, you come on stage one time, how can you observe? How can you learn more? You can little practice it, isn't it? But when sometimes you're coming on stage, you're observing others. Sorry, when you're sitting there, you're observing others. That makes you see the more impact. That's what I want to know today. How good observers you were. Can we begin it? Very small session. Can we begin? Your permission, come on.
Yes.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you. Let's go with the first one. Who was the mentor Toastmaster Rajinder met? Yeah, Toastmaster Sangeeta. Let's have another question, not for you. For these people. Let's see these people, they're awake or not, okay? Okay. So, from who Toastmaster Rajinder learned the leadership presence?
Toastmaster Deepak.
Yes,
Yes,
Toastmaster Deepak.
amazing, man. Wow, people are awake. That's amazing. That's great. Okay, let's have another question. Question number 3. This question, these people can answer. Okay, for a few minutes.
Toastmaster Ajay, Toastmaster Ajay, I'm sorry.
Yes, yes, please.
Please be more respectful. These people is not the term that we use. Please be more respectful. Thank you.
These Toastmasters, is it fine? Okay, let's ask these questions from these Toastmasters. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, help me where I'm not correct. Okay, what was the role of Toastmaster Ritesh? 4 of you can answer. Yes, cultural secretary. Yeah, that's nice. But anyways, okay. Next question. What was the second perception of Toastmaster Ritesh? Anyone of these Toastmasters? What was the second perception? Appearance he mentioned, but later on he explained something. Yeah.
Hit hard at the right spot.
Yeah, definitely there was. Okay. Another one. Okay. Another question. What was the name of the car he mentioned in his speech? Raise your hand. Exactly. Thank you. It's amazing. Okay. Another question for online members here. Okay. What was the Toastmasters Tushit speech was all about? What was the Toastmasters?
Free will is not free will.
Yeah. What was the speech? What was the speech? Let's say you can share the speech title. Let's say. What is the speech title? Anybody?
You didn't choose this.
Great. Okay. Nice. Another question. Let's go to another one. Who was the person on call of Toastmasters Sunny's speech? Do you remember? Who was on call? Exactly. Thank you. That's nice. Okay. Can anyone share what is the vision of Toastmaster Sunny?
Master, I'm sorry, I'll have to interrupt you to stop here because the red mark has been dancing for a while.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Let's keep it in here. I hope you guys are okay. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ajay, for your report, for the good questions. I'm very nervous because it's first time I become as a journal evaluator, but I will try my best. No worries. Just a second. Yeah. Uh, First, meeting started on time. Room was set up properly. Guests were warmly greeted by Toastmaster Shireen. Club mission statement was properly read. Housekeeping rules were properly read. Presiding officer was properly introduced. Toastmaster Shireen started with a beautiful quote. She was very confident and amazing. She is improving day by day. Presiding officer, Toastmaster Sangeeta. First thing I liked about you, you pardon with everyone as you're not able to join offline. But this shows the positivity that you're eager to join, but due to some prior work, you're not able. Second, you started and say that we have to complement each other. That made the environment with positivity. And you ensure that all the members participate online and offline as well. Uh, Toastmaster of the day was properly introduced, but I guess you forget to introduce the uh, guest. So that's one recommendation from my side, that you should also introduce the guest as well. Now I come to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Yuvraj. Speaker were properly introduced. Audience was asked to write feedbacks after every speech. You start when Toastmaster Sangeeta called you that we have to compliment each other. You start by complimenting all the members. That's a very, very good thing. One recommendation from my side, not one, some recommendations. I want you to be more attentive during the meeting. Today, I think you're not. You mentioned that today is speech marathon, but I want that you should start with positive quote, or you should say all the best to all the speaker, so that they basically boost the confidence of all the speaker. That one recommendation from my side. If I talk about the speech evaluators, I talk about all of the evaluators in this. Toastmaster Anmol, Toastmaster Rizar, Toastmaster Laksh, Toastmaster Sangeeta, Toastmaster Deepak, Bhavani, and Toastmaster Tanish. You all followed all the rules. Speech objective were properly read out for all the speakers. CRC approach used by every evaluator. Praise, personalize, and advice were used by you all. Praise your speakers. Speech was evaluated on the objectives. The tone was positive and encouraging. You all are flawless. Just one recommendation for Toastmaster Tanish, that when you're evaluating your speaker, I want you to talk more about their speeches. What is good about in Toastmaster Johnny's speech? I guess Johnny is your speaker. Yes. What is more about Toastmaster Johnny's speech? What more he's like he's going to be improved. I want that you speak a little more about Toastmaster Johnny. If I come on the Oxlow player timer, timing cards were clearly visible. Role was well explained. Times were proper time like timer cards were properly read out. Report was well delivered. I like the background of Toastmaster Deepak. When the time's up, it show a cute little panda, dancing panda. I literally liked that. Now I talk about the R counter. Dole was very well explained. Toastmaster Shini was very confident when she was delivering his stars and when she was delivering his R counter report and R counter role. She was very, very confident. She is improving day by day. Report was well delivered. An encouraging tone was maintained throughout his role. She basically started with smile and she also used the example of Jim. So I literally liked about that. If I talk about the grammarian, Toastmaster Rajendra, role was very well explained. Word of the day was properly explained and mentioned in the group before time. That's a very positive thing. And that shows the leader in member. Report was well delivered, very attentive. We all can see that you're very attentive. You're listening every speaker very carefully. One suggestion I want that when you're delivering your speech, I want you to be eye contact with the member, offline member as well as of online member. Listener, well framed questions. Role was well explained. You ask question from everyone online versus offline. You give chance to all the members. Just one recommendation, as the red card was already shown by the Toastmaster Deepak, I want you to try to wrap up as soon as possible. That's my recommendation. Overall, meeting was good. No cell phones rang during the meeting. Speeches did not feature offensive languages. No one unmuted themselves unnecessarily. Props were properly arranged. And as we all know that today we faced some technical issue, but it's okay. It's happened sometimes, but we all managed. That's a very good thing. Uh, I don't know that I have explained, delivered my report very well or not, but I tried my best. That's all from my side. Back to the presiding officer.
Back to the host.
Back to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Yuvraj.
Thank you, Toastmaster Namra. Maybe it was your first time to present the role of the GE, but you presented the report very well. So no worries about that. Now, the my request is to just to post the polls for the big role players in the group, and for the award ceremony, I would like to call the Toastmaster Risal for the award ceremony for the best speaker role player evaluators. Only after the polls, we are done with the polls.
I have shared two polls. One is best Ox role player and another big two role players. Please vote, everyone.
Yes, guys, remember just please vote for the best Ox role players and the big role players. Time will be 30 seconds. Yes.
Toastmaster Deepak, we need to relaunch the speakers poll. So could you state who were disqualified? Because everyone has got a tie.
Okay. So for all speakers, should I message you or okay? So the
Yeah, you can
people.
message me. I have text.
Okay, I will message you. Just give me a moment.
Toastmaster Sangeeta, will there be another poll for best
Yes,
speaker or
yes. Yes, there will be another poll for best speakers.
Sure. The link would be same or would be if another?
Yes, it would be same, but I'm just
Okay.
removing the names. I have reshared it. Please vote now.
Master Sangeeta,
Yes.
all the speakers' names should be there, or these are only the ones with type?
These are only the names who are not disqualified.
Oh, okay.
Toastmaster Risal, I have shared all the results with you.
Just a moment, I'm right.
And yes, a lot of disqualifications happen, but we need to be more pronounced because the coming week is ISC. Therefore, we have to be on time. Otherwise, this would lead us in disqualification. Secondly, there are certain other members who wants to participate in ISC and still have one or two speeches left. Therefore, we can have an online meeting tomorrow for just for an hour where I and Risal would be checking out whether you have all the speeches intact or not. And if you really want to participate and you're just lagging with one speech, then we can definitely take it ahead and we can also have an evaluator as well. But that could be arranged. But yes, we need more participation for ISC.
Yes, we are ready with the results. May I proceed?
Absolutely, Toastmaster Risal.
Thank you. As we know, today it was a wonderful meeting and there were many speakers in the Speechathon and there were many wonderful speakers as well. Unfortunately, due to the time overboard and or reduction in time, because of that, they got disqualified. No worries. We'll have to be mindful of the time moving forward. So any guesses for our best speaker?
Gurpreet.
Yes, Toastmaster Gurpreet, thank you so much for coming here and sharing your story for that.
Are we taking pictures? Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
Any guesses for the best big two role players? Namra. Absolutely. Congratulations, Toastmaster Namra, for winning the best role player. Hope you'll come soon and collect your certificate.
Yes, thank you.
Next up, we have the best evaluator. Any guesses for that?
Risal.
I'd request Toastmaster Bhavani to give me the certificate. Last but not the least, best auxiliary player.
Shireen.
Equally good, everyone. But we would have to give it to somebody who thought of cogency. So that is Toastmaster Rajinder. Okay, maybe. Thank you, everyone, for joining today for a lovely meeting and for your enthusiastic participation. Shall we end the meeting here? Do you have any final remarks, President Toastmaster Sangeeta?
We can take photos.
Sure. Yeah. Please come.
Toastmaster Deepak, would you be
Yeah,
taking?
yes, I will
I
take.
think some of us can stand in person.
Yeah. Let's give some emojis for people who are online, if possible. Yeah. And say cheese. Cheese. One more photo. Cheese. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. Toastmaster Risal, you can take another picture.
Sure, we'll take here in.
And
We'll
with
take it
this,
offline.
yeah, with this, we can adjourn the meeting. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.